Hi everyone, thanks for joining me today. This is On the Porch Designs. My name's Melissa. The other day I made this beautiful zinnia wreath using a petal design from Julie's Wreath Boutique. A lot of you were interested in how I made this center. If you'll notice right down deep inside the little bit of color in there, I think it makes it look a little bit more realistic. So today I'm going to show you how I make my center. What you're going to need to use, the supplies, you'll need a piece of felt, any color that you want. You'll need some Mod Podge, glue stick, something to cut a zip tie with, a ruler and a pencil, a pipe cleaner, your rotary cutter to cut the felt, a small bottle of craft paint, again any color that you like, and an old paintbrush. So we'll move that out of the way. The first thing that I did was cut a piece of felt 10 by 10 in a square. Take your Mod Podge and spray both sides several times because the felt is very flip-floppy. You want it stiff. The first center that I made, I didn't spray it. And you can see how limp it is. So it's okay, but it's not good enough. So spray your felt several times on both sides. It dries really quick. Maybe 5 minutes and you're ready to go. We're going to take our ruler and mark maybe a 1/4 inch. A 1/4 inch on the bottom. Take your pencil or your chalk liner and draw that line right in there. Now you're going to do the same thing to the top. Mark it off and draw a line. These are going to be your guidelines when you cut. You're going to cut all these little loops into this felt. When you cut, you do not go past the 2 lines. So we take a ruler. Now you can make these loops as big or as small as you want. What I'm going to show you today is not set in stone. It's just giving you bare bones here to go with and do what you want. But this is how I make mine. I would suggest a brand new blade in the Rotary Cutter because the blades are really hard. The felt is hard on the blade. It dulls fast. So take your Rotary Cutter and you make small lines, just like you did your margins. And cut from the top of your line to the top of this one. See what we got here? Move it down a little bit and cut another one. Now it takes a little bit of time, but it's well worth it. Maybe I'm not bearing hard enough. Cut right straight down, and we'll keep moving this down. Cut. move it down, and cut. See what we have here? All these little loops. You're going to do this all the way down till you get to your last one. And still, make sure you don't go past and cut that. Okay? Now, I have one already. The whole thing has been cut. See what we got here? I do use a little silicone mat, baking mat, so that I don't mess up my cutting mat. You're going to run a small amount of glue all the way down your mat, your felt. Run it all the way down. Take this end and fold it over so that it's level. Let me turn this around. Put your margins together. Now it's very important to keep these loops nice and straight. As you can see with my first one, I hadn't learned that yet. And the loops are all in between each other, and they're not pretty at all. See how they go? And you don't want that. What I can do with this one is cut them all off and have a completely different kind of center. It's still good, like I said. So, we've got this. Now turn it around. Put a small amount of glue here. And we're going to roll it. Roll it right up. Keep these loops nice. Keep rolling. Keep your edge as straight as you can here. And roll this up. Very windy here today. A lot cooler than yesterday, but the sun is shining bright. Run your glue down and roll it up. You don't have to roll tight. And there you go. Now, another reason why I use the silicone mat is because you get this glue on the bottom, and I can turn it upside down and press it down on the mat. And it will help set that glue. I'm going to put another drop right there. Make sure your end's in there good. So that's nice and neat. And there's your petals. All these little loops. But we're not done. You can stop right there if you want. If that's a look you want, that's pretty. We're going to take all of our petals and bring them down like this. Nice and neat. grab your zip tie. I use an 8-inch zip tie here. It gives me plenty of room. Now, put your zip tie on and push it down maybe about 2/3 of the way. Make sure you can still see your loops. That's very important. Push it towards the part that you glued, the rolled part. Pull it tight. Pull it as tight as you can pull it. Right? Let me cut this off. Take your scissors, reach in here, and start cutting that off below. Remember, keep your loops. Start cutting that off. Alright, I'm just trying to be careful that I don't catch any, that I stay underneath of that zip tie. I don't think my scissors are so, let me get another pair. My scissors are dull. Cut this off. Can you see what I'm doing here? Almost done. Okay. Now, you've got this. Straighten it up. Make it nice and even. And the same thing with the part that you just cut. See, right now you've got different lengths on there. So take your scissors and go along and straighten it up a little bit, even it out. I'm a messy crafter. I sweep after I finish. So, now you've got this bottom piece. I put some glue around the bottom, like this. And I take a pipe cleaner, bend it in half, and stick a pipe cleaner right there. You can glue on top of it. I just want to secure it. Once you get it on there, it's not going to come off. It'll just take a little while for it to get a lot of glue on there. Right? We'll let that dry. Now you have two parts here. What we do, this is your little center that will go inside the center. As soon as that gets dry, we're going to put this. This is already glued. Remember, that's from your loops the first time. So we made two parts out of this. It's getting there. So we take our paint, open your center up. Put a little bit of paint on some paper. And we're going to do this without water. So just take a little bit of paint on your brush. Go deep inside of here. And right down to where it meets the bottom. Brush up just a little bit on your petals. But put most of your color right in there deep. Fold back a couple more and do the same thing throughout the whole center. It doesn't have to be neat, just keep it to the bottom right now. Fold it over. Okay? So that's what you're going to do with that. And I didn't think to make another center so that I could show you the finished one. And I'm sure you certainly don't want to sit here and watch this paint dry. It doesn't take long, but it does take a little time to put the yellow in there. But it's so pretty when you get it finished. But that's what you do. All around the whole thing. Even back here. Take it down to the bottom. It doesn't take very much paint either. And put your color in. Now, this is dry. I'm going to push it down on this mat. Make it nice and flat. And this is what I'm going to use to put through my wreath. Now, open up your petals. See, this is the reason you've kept all these loops nice and straight. Open them up till you find your center. I think that's about right there. That's about right. Find your center. Fold them back. Expose that center and hold it down. Now, you're going to run hot glue all around here. Fill it up. Take your second part that's already glued and stick it right down on top of there. Just hold it for a little bit. Okay. Now, turn it upside down, bring your petals up. Then you got all your petals up this way. Just take a pointed dowel, pencil, use my brush, and separate these just a little teeny bit. You see that yellow starting to show up in there? Had we done it all the way around, just imagine how pretty that is. And straighten up. And there you go. That's really easy. And also with the first one that I had done, I have this rubber band around to keep it separate, but if you take your petals, you can fix them any way you want. Take your petals, your center, and bring it up like this and cup it with your hand. And using this part of your hand, push it down. And you've got a center that folds in, that cups in. See how that is? Almost looks like a peony or something, or mum. So you've got a whole different look there too, between that one and this one. Now, for the sake of showing you how they go, your wreath doesn't have to have a great big hole. The pink one that I did, the petals are all the way to the middle, all the way. You don't need much room because it's only this big.